Yeah, so I'm James Cassidy. I am the founder of the student farm here at Oregon State University. Founded it when I was a graduate student 18 years ago. There wasn't any real organic instruction at Oregon State. The environment at the time was pretty hostile to the idea at the university. And the farm was basically founded upon complaining. Air Force undergraduate students just complaining that there was no information about organic. It was the students who led the way on that, and I recognized that pretty quickly. I went to the first meeting of the Organic Growers Club, and I just never left. And it's been a long time, 18 years. And when we first started, we really didn't know what we were doing. And not to say that I really know what I'm doing now, but I know more of what I'm doing. The goal was always to figure out how to make it sustainable, and not just like from an ecological point, but from like a sociological point. And really, it was a more of a social experiment than it was growing the vegetables. It sort of came along for the ride. But we always came out here on Thursday nights, 4:30 to dark. And for many years, it didn't really, it was just a handful of us would show up. One of the first ideas that really seemed to work was having a really good supper here on Thursday night. And we tried having pizza or something like that, but it was super expensive. And so I said, well, I'll just cook. So we started cooking on Thursday nights. And then it wasn't like quid pro quo, oh, come out and you'll eat. It was, students have to eat anyway on Thursday night. So they either have to spend money and go out, or they have to spend money to buy stuff to cook and spend time, or both. And so really what the student farm became is sort of a replacement for something they had to do anyway, because they had to eat. And so, but they could come out here and not cook, and not have to pay for it either, and do some work and meet each other, and it really worked. And that changed everything. All of a sudden we went from 2 to 5 students to 15 to 20 to 35 students every Thursday night. And once that happened, we could do a lot more. And we do everything by hand out here. As long as there's enough people, it doesn't feel like work. And it includes me, because I'm a volunteer and everybody here is a volunteer. I remember in the early days, people just taking home heads of dirty lettuce and just trying to eat it in the field. It was just like, this is not how you do it. I said, we gotta market it somehow. So we came up with a plan where I just emailed a bunch of office people I knew and said, hey, this stuff is ready, I'll let you know, and you can get some. And decided that we would deliver to offices, and I would take electronic orders, and what I would tell them ahead of time what we had, and then we would pre-sell it, and then we'd harvest it, and we'd bag it with our names, we'd run around campus on Friday. And it worked, and it was awesome. And I really think the customers enjoyed that. We sort of had cultists from that, because they were just happy to see someone run around for $1 to their office with a bag of lettuce. And we thought, well, why don't we just ask the customers if we were to just have all the bags out in one location, would they come and pick them up? All of them except one said that they'd be happy to do that. I said, okay. So then we line up those bags, and then we always had extra, so we started putting that out and had it for sale with a coffee can, and then we would sell it out. And then we asked our customers, what if we just put out vegetables? Would you be happy just to have a self-service market? All of them except one, not the same one, said they'd be happy to do that. So we kind of eliminated the delivery thing. Actually, we decided to do CSA customers, and now that really worked too, where they give us a bunch of money up front, we give them a box of vegetables every week, and we get the money in May, and we could hire our interns. So now we have an intern force of 13 or so students a summer that are volunteers, but they get a little stipend, and we have 25 customers. So now we have some other sites over at a different part of the campus. We also have an orchard now. You can see over here, we've got a certified organic berries over here now. There's bees over here. We've got a whole willow hedgerow over here. We've got probably like 40 100-foot long beds here, full crop rotation. We're not certified organic in our vegetable production, but that's a goal for either this or next year. From this, I was able to get a job in soil science. I teach introductory soil science classes, organic farming and gardening classes, and now a soil management for organic production. We now are developing a certificate in organic farming. And all this really came because 4 or 5 students complained that they weren't getting any organic education. The berries and the vegetables all require kind of separate teams. We'll have strawberries next year, certified organic. Table grapes are in the ground and looking great, and raspberries, blackberries, and cherries. And we market that through a Saturday market here in Corvallis, which actually Corvallis' Saturday market, the farmer's market, is the third in volume in the state after Portland and Eugene. So it's a real market, and we sell berries for good money, and it's enough to pay almost all of the interns' stipends, just the berries alone on a good year. For the university, we have 25 customers. And if that's the food shed for the university, we're in there. We coordinate with the Clark Meat Center. I've got them to come up with a $200 program that adds into the box. And same with the cheese. For $100, you get a piece of cheese from OSU also. Even though those are not certified organic, we figure our customers are more interested in supporting student agriculture in general, and the students they know are interested in organic, and the only reason those things aren't organic because they're just not organic yet. I've had 10,000 students to this student farm in the past 18 years. And I've had over 100 paid interns. And all those people have had this experience, and they're out there. Either they're staying around here or wherever they ended up. So it has that kind of a influence probably on the broader food shed in a different sort of way. You know, they're either as customers or working in it. I'm in it for 20 years. That was kind of after year 10, I said I'd give it another 10. So I'm still doing it for, I don't know, as long as they'll have me. The goal at this point is to have it continue beyond just the cult of my personality, which really has driven it for the last 10, 15 years or something. It's constantly coming and going, and you gotta have one person who just is around. And I've been around. Eventually the goal is to professionalize it, maybe change the scale a little bit. And really the wind is a little more at our backs just because the culture has kind of caught up with us. University culture has sort of caught up with us. And really, the people who wanted to shut us down 15 years ago, they're either retired or dead. And all you gotta do is just wait them out, really. If you're a young person, just wait. He'll be in charge soon enough.